It is the last day of Christmas. Have we not celebrated the crap out of Christmas? Uncle Justin has one more and our biggest gift so far. It is an Abundance Plus lifetime premium membership. So, a premium membership inside Abundance Plus, which means as long as Abundance Plus exists, you're in. You have access to hundreds of inspirational videos and educational videos straight to the point, ad free. You can watch our vlogs on there completely ad free. It's a safe place for kids to get on and have the app. You can actually watch it anywhere. You can get Abundance Plus and go to abundanceplus.com on your. I just got a ding. There's 4,630 people on this map. Okay, so as I explain Abundance Plus, I might want to say this is how you enter. You go to abundantpermaculture.com/map. Okay, so we have Lornell joined. Thank you, Lornell. We'll wait for the man behind the curtain, Graham, the other man behind the curtain. We got Matt here running the tech stuff, so thank you. Was that you, Matt, who put up the links? We put up the links in the chat. That's how you get registered to win this lifetime membership, y'all. It's worth like $600-700, something like that. Inspirational videos, know-how, ad-free, censorship-free, vibrant social media inside Abundance Plus. You can view it on the computer. You can view it on your phone. Get on your phone, go to the App Store. It's also on Android, and just search for Abundance Plus and just log in. So the app's, once you get Abundance Plus, the app is free. You just log in. And then you can watch it on TV. You can watch it on Roku, Amazon Fire, Apple TV, those things. So you definitely want to join us. We have more recently updated the community inside there, and it's absolutely amazing. It's like a social media platform, and it's really smooth. And we got a lot of fun and interesting conversations going on in there. People showing off, people helping each other. All kinds of great things. It's very much encouraging. I enjoy getting there. I get in there every day and answer comments, show pictures, stuff like that is not available anywhere else on social media. So somebody's going to win that. Also, with lifetime premium membership, you can text me and other people. So other experts. We've got a goat lady. We've got garden. We've got a garden man and a few others. So if we can't answer your question, we're going to find somebody who can within 24 hours. So
Got somebody from Ireland in the house.
we got Ireland in the house. We got South Carolina. We got
Ontario.
Ontario. It's a cold day today, probably 25, just below 30 here in North Carolina. So you guys answer this question while we wait for some folks to get on. Has anybody met anyone yet on the community directory? I might be a little early on that, so we could just say, have you connected with anybody yet? But it'd be really cool if you've already met somebody. How about if there's anybody here that has actually met somebody, say where you live and in your name, and we'll go. I'm gonna call you
Lucky
if you've already met.
Farms.
And it has to be it can't be like a friend that you told to get on and then you guys met. It has to be somebody you didn't know. All right. But otherwise, I know yesterday many of you guys have already reached out. And this person in Nova Scotia has already got an email. No one yet in Southwest Iowa. I wonder if that's pretty spread out there. I would expand your search. I wouldn't mind expanding your search to 100 miles even. That'd be an hour and a half. And that'd be something you could do once a year, twice a year, maybe once a quarter, depending on how cool they are. So best thing to do is just, you want to be a servant. So you want to reach out to other people and say, hey, would you want to initiate it? Not, can I come there? You say, oh, do you want to come here? Now, if you don't have anything, which don't discredit yourself. If you have a worm bin and a plant in your windowsill, you have something, okay? But if you feel like you have nothing to give by bringing people to you, well, then reach out to other people and say, would you need help doing chores? Hey, would you need a farm sitter? I'd be happy to trade for eggs or farm product, or this is what I would charge an hour. reach reach out with a servant's heart, not what they can do for you, but what you can do for them. So you can reach out to people saying, "Come to my house," or "I'll come to you and put in some volunteer hours," or "I'll come to you and farm sit," something like that. So when I bring on a new farm sitter, I bring somebody in. Just this is a little caveat, a little bonus. I bring somebody in and they go along on chores and we see how we get along. They see how it's done, and it's just a visit at that point. We're not making any commitments. And if it's a click and it seems like it would be okay, it might be like, okay, would you like to try this? I want you to take a, I'm going to train you then, and you'll get paid to be trained, whether you're paying them in product or paying them in cash money. Pay them to train, and with you teaching them this after the visit. So one time they come and visit and do chores with you, you feel like you can go a step further. Next time, uh, you're paying them while you do chores, but this time you're teaching them how to do the chores. And then the third time, they do chores by themselves, but you're still there, so they can come and get you. It's a lot to get a farm sitter, guys, but that's how you have to do it right. And then finally, you go away and they take over. And you want to make sure that you really emphasize that they call you if there's a problem or if they think there's a problem. You know, that's probably my number one problem with farm sitters is they must not want to disturb me or something. And I can come home to bigger problems just because they didn't send me a text or get on the phone real quick. So our latest farm sitter, she was the best about doing that and just tells me everything. I wouldn't say to a fault, but to an exhaustion, which is good, which is what you would rather have. So anyway, that's a little bonus, wasn't it? Okay, Graham, you in the house yet? Graham is. Welcome, Graham. Last day of Christmas, y'all. I'm going to miss you guys. Actually, if you're on the directory, you're on my email list. And you're going to get invited. I think the invite went out today, Saturday, and then Sunday. It's a special event this Sunday at 2 p.m. It's live. The beautiful one will join me. And we're actually going to plan our garden for 2024. You're going to watch us plan it. And someone's going to be coaching us. They have a planning software, and they're going to walk us through that. And we're going to plan our garden for 2024, so you can follow along and see how that's done. And then that software is going to be available to you, and it's going to be available for free. So it's going to be a workshop this Sunday at 2 p.m. That's really all you need to know. You're on my email list. You'll get the invite. Just make sure if you're not getting our emails, just make sure you look in your trash, spam, and then manually take that email that went to trash, or automatically went to trash or spam, and move it to the inbox. And then your email will start saying, okay, this is not spam. These people want this, and it'll start going to the inbox. Graham, I don't know if you were here, but we're looking for somebody who's already met a stranger because of the directory. I know it's probably a little too soon. I know plenty of people have reached out, but if they've met, I want to know. I'm going to give them a call. All right, let's do a drawing. You guys have heard me hash it out. You know what to do by now. Hopefully you're in the directory. There are, what did I say, 4,600?
4,600.
I'm actually pleasantly surprised. We've gained like 400 people in just one day. There in the middle, we kind of were going, 200 a day. We had most of them sign up in the very beginning, 2,000 or 3,000, and now we're approaching 5,000. This doesn't end. This isn't one of those things where like this goes away. It's going to always be there. I'm going to try to organically mention it. So if you guys think of it throughout your season, and just please feel free to share it. This is a gift to the homestead community. Okay, you do join my email list, and you get opportunities from me because of that from time to time. You'll get offers from time to time. When our book Homestead Builds comes out, when we're going to do a homestead design workshop at the end of January. You'll get an opportunity to come to that. That one will be free, but there are other things. We launched my past book there. When registration opens for Abundance Plus, we'll share that with emails. I missed that, Graham. I don't know if you can throw that back up there. Was that somebody who met somebody? Was that somebody who met somebody, Matt, that comment?
Yeah,
It was?
I'm trying to find the.
If somebody's okay, one person is my age who shares a passion for homesteading, Irwin, Pennsylvania, outside of Pittsburgh, had coffee with the one guy last week. Oh my gosh. Okay, Matt, we need your. If you'd like, I'll give you a call, and you can ask me anything you want. You can ask me whatever you want, buddy. Okay. So Matt Burnett has already made a connection, and look at this. Had coffee with one guy last week. Good point, Matt. It doesn't even have to be surrounding your farm. Maybe you're weird about having a stranger over or going to a stranger's house. Yeah, maybe you want to start, depending on your comfort level, maybe you want to start with coffee or going to a park and going on a walk or a play date with kids or something like that. I'm just throwing out ideas. That would be good. Why don't you guys all share in the comment? I wouldn't have thought of that. I wouldn't have thought of going to coffee. So, but that's a great idea. Put in comments ideas for yourself and for others to reach out to each other. Okay. Graham, you kind of sorted out if Matt wants to be contacted, he's in Irwin, Pennsylvania. Let's go ahead and go there. Matt, you can share my screen. Look at this map populating. I'm so proud of this. And I'm so proud of you guys for participating in this. I think next year let's blow the socks off of this. Let's like I'm talking to myself and my team. Let's plan way further in advance than a month, and get some. How about some bigger prizes? How about some other YouTubers and bloggers and whatnot sharing this? I don't know what happened there, but look at that map. That's incredible. You homestead peeps are everywhere. I don't know what's happening here. Let's start over. We're waiting on that to load. You could go to my website here up in the top left, Abundant Permaculture. There's a plethora of blogs on different subjects. That's all free. That kind of under the radar, my blog. And then you can go find out more about Abundance Plus right here. All right, Irwin, Pennsylvania. There it is. So let's see how many people are close to Matt within an hour drive. Is that you behind me, Gideon? Guys, this is live. We don't know what could happen. There we go.
We've got someone squirreling away back in the back.
Gideon, why don't you come out? I think the one side camera can see you, buddy.
Nah, he's good.
Oh, you're good. Just stay put. As long as he's staying put and quiet, we are live. We are doing time ins with Gideon. Matt and I were talking about that earlier. His wife does that at her school. Look at this. Look at this, Matt. Dude, I'm going to call. If you're going to let me call you, I'm going to give you $150 to throw a party. Because you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. I don't know, a couple dozen? Dang. You can't have coffee with all those people. I shouldn't say can't. Yeah, you can. You can throw one party and have a coffee party. How about that, Matt?
Pretty party with 22 people.
So, he's in Irwin. So, I don't know which one he is. Shoot. So this is giving you an idea how to use this thing. I don't know why it jumps down there, though. Why does it jump sometimes, Matt?
You have to call your programmer.
Oh, here it comes. Oh, I got a number. He wants to be called. Let's give him $150.
Woo!
You like when that happens, don't you?
I can do this all day.
Matt, the sound guy, we're calling Matt the homesteader. Matt, the sound guy, loves to give away money. Other people's money. He likes to give away other people's money. Yeah, he's over there cheering. He's over there cheering. This guy will be actually expecting this call. That's good. Matt, turn your volume down on the computer. Mute it. before we get on the phone call.
Hello, this is Matt.
Matt, it's Justin Rhodes from the Justin Rhodes Show.
How you doing?
Hey, my man.
Just wanted to thank you for setting this all up. I think community is definitely one of the bigger parts of homesteading that I'm looking most forward to. My wife and I just bought 15 acres in Irwin, and I think there's a lot of people in the area who share the same values. So I think we've actually just had coffee with Silvio, who's listed on there last weekend, and that was one of the big things that we talked about is trying to find some way to use that directory to bring everybody together and have like a quarterly or monthly meeting, right?
Yeah,
Kind of share
man.
ideas.
What'd you guys come up with?
So we're still working through is kind of just getting to know each other, trying to think through what our plans are for the year. But I think just the network that each of us has that are interested in this, having some sort of a recurring meeting is really where we were thinking we could start off.
Wow. So you guys have a
And I
network.
think the nice,
Go ahead.
yeah, yep. I was going to say, I think the nice thing about the way that you have the directory set up is the emails are all listed there. So I was just going to find people within the Pittsburgh area, send them an email, kind of have an email chain that we send out and say, hey, let's meet at somebody's farm, or even find some farm-to-table restaurant that might be interested in hosting us.
Yeah, I thought that was a good idea that you had coffee. You know, I hadn't thought about that, and I spoke to the audience about that's kind of a cool way to like if you know if somebody didn't feel comfortable going, you know, meeting up with a stranger at first, or for whatever, you know, maybe their farm's under construction or something, who knows, or don't even have their farm yet. They could still meet. If you actually, I'm playing with the map while we're talking. If we centered it around Pittsburgh, I swear you have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Maybe I counted wrong.
There's so many people.
About 24 people. What? What'd you say?
There's so many people, and also the Homesteaders of America.
Yeah.
I met somebody just from looking on the Facebook page, and she's not listed on the Abundance Plus, but she loves your work. So I think there's other people that aren't even listed there that would be interested in something like this.
Yeah,
But
you
I
had
think
said
the community parts, that's the key.
that you and Silvio both had sort of a network going. So
Yeah.
it doesn't even have to be only the people on this map. It can be your own networks coming in.
Yeah.
So
Funny thing about shows how small a world it is. I'm originally from DuBois, Pennsylvania, which is kind of up in the middle of the state, and that's where Silvio's wife is from. And her dad is a doctor her dad was my doctor growing up.
isn't that crazy?
So just randomly ran into this guy on the Abundance Plus directory who happens to be married to my old doctor's daughter.
Isn't that crazy? There was somebody on the live yesterday. They found somebody 3 miles away.
That's wild.
Actually, some of these people look very close to each other in your Pittsburgh area. Okay, so you know what I'm going to do, Matt? I'm going to give you $150 to throw this first party.
Yeah, absolutely. Sounds good.
Yes, sir. So, Graham, how are we going to get this information? I guess we have your number. And we can text you at this number?
Yep.
Okay. Well, we'll text you and get you $150. And text me when you've had that party. Let me know how it goes.
Yeah, we'll send you some pictures.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
So, you know, thinking out loud, we're trying to think about, well, what do we do with this momentum? We had like almost 5,000 people sign up for this thing. It's just gotten me really excited. It's gotten Rebecca excited. It seems like there's a buzz, and a lot of people are very excited. And I think this is very needed. You know, it's hard to go away to maybe further events and leave the homestead. You know, I was talking earlier on this show about how to find a farm sitter. Well, it might be cool if we could organize, like we did. We organized something around the Great American Farm Tour, the 5th year anniversary, where we had hosts sign up. We had like 77 hosts across the country, and then we invited the broader YouTube community to go to one of these parties. And some of these parties were like, they started out organizing, they're going to be in the house, and then they had to upgrade because there were going to be 50 people coming. It was crazy. So we might do something like that. So you'll probably be a good contact going down the road if you're willing. You could be like our
Yeah,
connection in
absolutely.
that Pittsburgh area.
That's what be the piece of advice, Justin, that I would have for you is
Yeah.
try to find maybe one or two people in a given geographic area and see if, like, hey, this is what's worked, and then put us
Yeah.
in contact with each other so we can bounce ideas. But I mean, I think that's with the success that you've had with this directory. Let's like take that to the next level, right? Like
Yeah.
have meetup groups, networking groups, you know.
I like this. I'm writing this down. I think that makes sense. It's like I could bring somebody like you who's willing to head up and organize, say, Pittsburgh, but then, you know, let's say there's 50 or something. You know, y'all could be under me, and I could meet with y'all, and we talk about, you know, what the plan is, what are the wins, losses, you know, kind of go through things. How can we support you? What are some ideas, you know, to make things better if we go forward with this and had an event? We can always improve. And then each of those 50 people are having their own. Then they contact all the people under them, because, you know, if it's 24 with you, you know, it's hard for me to contact 4,500 people on a map, right? But if I have some people helping me under me and directing my contact, and then they have a web underneath them, then I bet we could do it.
Yeah. No, I think that's
So-
a great model.
That's a good idea. So I'm gonna keep you on the list for that.
Okay.
You'll be in that leadership host role, and we'll see what we can do with this. And I bet there's 20. Look, this is only within my influence. You know, this is only from me pushing out to my Instagram, my YouTube, my email. You know, I only have so much reach, but like you said, there's so many more.
Yeah. Yep.
There's probably 50 or 100 within the Pittsburgh area.
YouTubers, and
Yeah.
I think that's, and I mean, even people that aren't maybe, like I know a lady who runs a local apiary who I always say, like, she did homesteading before homesteading was cool, right? Like,
Yes.
finding those type of people who might not be on YouTube that still want to help
Yes.
generation learn.
There are so many people just not online about it, and in this type of online community, you know what I mean? I'll go to there's a plant sale here, and it's like edible plants. It's not like just decorative plants. And I'll go there, and there's hundreds of people, and they don't know who I am. What that means is, you know, a lot of people, if they're into homesteading and they're on YouTube, they've found us. You know, we have 8 years of videos out there. So if you're into homesteading and you're on YouTube, chances are you're going to run across one of our videos. But what I'm saying here is, yeah, there's so many people, so many more people that just aren't online.
Yeah, and that have so much knowledge. I mean, that's,
Yeah.
you've been doing it for 30, 40 years, right?
I know.
Those are the people we want in the community.
Exactly. Well, that's like my cousins out in California, but they've been doing it for 30 years. They just harvested a bison. And
Awesome.
they filmed that for Abundance Plus, and that's going to be really exciting. But they're like, you know, they're just old school homesteaders. It's just their life. It's what they've been doing for 30 years. They forgot that it's novel, that it's become novel and exciting, because they're just so like every day bored of it. It's just so normal that they're not realizing there's this whole new energy and excitement around it with a younger generation coming up.
Justin, have you ever heard of it's called The Grange?
No.
So it's that lady that I was talking about. She said that they used to have, I think it used to be a political party, but they would always go meet down at the Grange, and it was like a social hall where farmers would come and get together and meet and help each other. Maybe look into that a little bit.
I will. I'll
I
write that
think
down.
that's really what it stems from, is the political party of the Grange Party, but kind of that idea of everybody coming together every so often and helping each other. You know, who's going to come and help us harvest this summer?
That's cool. Yeah, I've had people connect. You know, we've gone on the farm tour and we did meetups, and some of those people where we did meetups organized and have met monthly since. We've done some online masterminds, and people have got together physically. There's all kinds of possibilities here. You know, people could farm sit for each other. They could trade farm sitting gigs. They could get together and butcher. They could borrow equipment. Like, you don't, in a homestead, you need a tractor every once in a while, but you don't necessarily need to own a tractor. You just need to be able to borrow one from time to time.
The bartering part of it too. I mean, that's
Yeah.
a lot of. I think a lot of people still do that, but if you're just getting into it, you might not have that connection. Well, now if you get into this social group, right? Maybe that's much easier to know who's the beef cattle guy and who's going to give me my raw milk than if you're just slowly getting into it.
Oh yeah. There has been a time where we had an egg shortage here, and we were able to go to our neighbor about 3 miles away who raises them like we are and get them from her, and we farm sit it for her. And you know, I just found Andrew just recently, and I've been able to lease a field to get hay off of. It's all kinds of opportunities. And you know, the nature of homesteading, the first word in it is home. So you really got to stay nearby to be successful as possible.
Mm-hmm.
And we all can become more socialized homebodies. You know, some things people, you know, Rebecca and I end up just inviting people to us. You know, a weekly soccer game in the summer. We found that, you know, you weren't wondering a month or every quarter. I mean, it's up to you. We've done a month. Now we've kind of moved to every quarter. It's like, gosh, the older we get, the sooner time, you know, you can't believe how fast a month goes by. And it was probably a lot because it was we like to host it here, but people could, I mean, you have 24 people there. I mean, that's
Just kind of rotate.
even if you just did once a month, that's only 12 of those farms. So I'm sure you could probably find 12 hosts there. If not, you could do a quarterly meeting, and like you said too, you don't even necessarily have to go to a homestead. But you know, I would just thinking out loud, it would be really cool if you had a quarterly meeting or a monthly meeting. You're going to a different place every time, so then the burden's not all on one person to host, and then everybody gets to see a different farm. It's kind of like a
I think that's the
farm tour.
That's the thing that I'm looking most forward to is we just bought our land last year, so we're still in the very early stages.
Yeah.
But how do people set up their homestead, right? Like what permaculture
Yeah.
practices are they putting into place? Maybe somebody's really interested in ducks, or somebody's interested in maple syrup harvesting, right? Okay, we'll do a quick demonstration on how you tap a tree for maple syrup or something like that.
Ooh, that's good. That's a good idea too. That if in their tour they could do some demo.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, like tapping a maple tree if that's what they do, or harvesting honey if they have bees, or if we were to host a tour like that, we might milk the cow.
Yeah, I think that'd be exciting. I mean, I think even if you've done those things, you might learn something like, oh, I didn't know you
definitely
could harvest honey this way, right?
Yeah. When we did the Elevated series that we put up on Abundance Plus, where we helped 4 homesteads over the growing season, yeah, every one of those homesteads, we came in to help them, but I learned something at every single one of those homesteads as well. And I've been doing this for 15 years.
I think that's what one of the benefits you're going to have if you do go forward with this is homesteaders, I think, are kind of innately helpful, right? They want to help.
Yeah.
They want to build community. They're not viewing it as, oh, well, I better get paid for this. They're viewing it as,
Oh, no.
it's like I want to go and meet this guy and help him out.
They have that heart for sure. 100%. They're happy too. We learned that when we did the Great American Farm Tour. I mean, if you look at social media or the news, you just think everybody's miserable and America's in the pits. But if you travel and actually meet the people, it doesn't matter what religion. It can be any religion. It can be any political leaning. And they're kind and nice and helpful. I don't know if it's the the getting their hands dirty and the growing the food that makes them happy or what. But in general, homesteaders are very content and happy people. That definitely was my number one takeaway from the Great American Farm Tour, is that if Donnell can be happy with only 3 inches of rain in Arizona, and Randy doesn't move south when it's minus 60 in Minnesota, well, then I can be happy in Western North Carolina.
Yep.
All right, my man. I've enjoyed talking to you.
Yeah,
We'll be in touch. We'll put you in that leadership contact for potentially hosting some organized events. You know, maybe we can release some stuff, some films, and give some people, you know, have a reason to get together.
for sure.
Nothing unites people like watching something together and then chilling out afterwards, discussing it, and just breaking the ice, you know?
For sure. Yeah, Justin, thanks for all you're doing, man.
Yes,
Appreciate
sir. Yes, sir. All right. You have a good one.
it. All right, we'll see you.
All right. Bye-bye. Okay. Wasn't that cool, y'all? That was cool. All right. Y'all ready to... So these are the kind of people that are on your... We just had a nice conversation with Matt. And I imagine Silvio had enjoyed his coffee with him. And what a wealth of resources. He hasn't even started, but he's got great ideas. He's willing. He's willing to help, and he's going to go places. So let's generate places. You sharing my screen? Let's see who's going to win this Abundance Plus lifetime membership. You'll be texting me this afternoon. Oh, speaking of Pennsylvania,
Homestead.
wouldn't that be funny if it was Homestead, Pennsylvania? What's the chances of that? We are going to Homestead, Pennsylvania. Wouldn't that be something if Matt is the closest one to Homestead, Pennsylvania?
I start questioning the random at that point.
Homestead. I bet you I'm going to have to narrow it down. 50 miles is going to be too much in Pennsylvania. Nope. 10 miles was not enough. Wow. Bunch of people. So where is Homestead here? So I know who's close. I would think it's the center. What's the next one down? There was nobody in 10 miles? It's like this big gap right here.
Right.
How do I pick? So if you're in Homestead, Pennsylvania, you're looking pretty too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, something like a dozen. Okay, so let's say this is it. Who's closest? It's between these three.
I say the township. Blue dot on the township.
Township it is. Nick. All right, Nick, you lucky dog. You didn't leave your number, but that's okay. We got to call Matt and have fun. So take note of Nick in Clinton, Pennsylvania. Graham, congratulations. You better be texting me this afternoon, buddy, and saying hello. Let me know what I can do for you. All right, everybody. Hasn't this been fun? It's 2:30. We got to get off of here, but I want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas. Yes, stay tuned. You're on our email list. We're going to I actually got a meeting with my team at 3 p.m. today. I'm going to run Matt's idea by them, and we're going to talk about how do we get people together. It's probably going to be March-ish that we'll try to organize an event, but it's probably going to be very much like what Matt said. I can't promise anything, but it's most likely that we'll be reaching out to you guys for hosts. So be thinking about, would you be willing to be a host? And what we'll do is get all our hosts in place in areas, and my team will likely connect with those hosts, and then those hosts will have these parties, and we can help with those parties. Like I said, it may be that we provide films from Abundance Plus that, you know, maybe you get together and watch an hour of film, and then you have a potluck or something, and it would be this fun live event, you know. And maybe there's an online version where it is actually live, because there are some people that can't get out, or maybe the nearest person is 2 hours. So maybe we'd have an online version that the people who have the meetups can watch, and so we're all watching it together. Don't you miss that? Like, there is something to be said. I saw a YouTube video about this the other day. There's something missing now that, remember the 90s when everybody sat down to watch Friends at 8 and Seinfeld at 8:30 and we were all watching the same thing at once? Well, that doesn't happen anymore. Have you ever thought about that? People are listening to a podcast, scrolling their phone, streaming Netflix, on HBO Max, Disney Plus, whatever. And there might be a popular show that everybody can talk about, maybe like Yellowstone, Paramount Plus, but they're not watching it at the same time. And maybe we're missing something there. And so maybe as a homestead community, maybe it's generally at the same time. And I think that's how we could stand out and be different than a Netflix or something like that, is the community aspect of it. So we could watch, but then there's a community aspect of it with comments and chat and live. Hadn't this been fun just going live here? And then people could join us remotely, or people could go to a party, and it could be all over the nation. And you don't have to travel halfway across the nation to go to a homesteading event where you're just in lectures, and going around to the booths. This would be one where you would interact with local people, with the people around you. The event won't have 2,000 people at it, but it will have 24. So something like that. Stay tuned. Be thinking about if you would be willing to host. Thank you, everybody, for this. Yeah, definitely stay tuned to your email this weekend. Planning our garden. It's like a whole other thing in my email list, like a whole other little micro family, a little more intimate than what's on YouTube. A lot of times, if you reply to those emails, I actually see it and many times reply. So thank you so much for joining the email list, joining the Homestead Directory. Stay tuned. End of January, we're having a workshop, planning your best homestead ever 2024. I'll teach you permaculture principles within an hour. And that will be a one-time deal where I also offer a booklet, Intro to Permaculture, Designing Your Homestead Ever, and it will only be available at the end of the month during that and surrounding that. And cart closes on that. And next year there'll be another edition, but you'll definitely want to stay tuned to that, because planning can make the difference between failure and success, drudgery and delight. Just with making some plans, there's a lot of tips and tricks that I can give you in 1 hour that will save you so much time, energy. Prices are up, and across the board, and food prices alone are up 11%. But my goodness, if you implement some of the things I'll teach you in this permaculture design course, you could grow 50% at least of your own food this summer. I'll teach you how to establish a garden. I'll teach you how to make the garden and chickens work together. I'll teach you some basics on chickens, all those different systems. And you could grow these 50% of your work, 10 hours or less a week. That's 1 hour a day during the weekday. Cancel your gym membership, Earth Gym, and then a half a day working on the weekend. And you could do that during the growing season. And then what if, instead of your food bill going up 11%, what if your food bill got cut in half? That's what I'm talking about. So stay tuned to that too. And all you got to do any of that is just stay tuned to your inbox. Okay? All right, love you guys. Merry Christmas. I'll miss y'all. Well, I'll see you Sunday. Come to the garden planning workshop Sunday, 2 p.m. Eastern. Stay tuned to your inbox.